My name is Wilma Wood, and Emma asked me to talk about when we adopted a son from Korea, and was anybody in our family against the adoption. And at first, when we first started to talk about adoption, my mother was very concerned because she said, we have two healthy girls with no problems, family is going along just well, and we're possibly taking on a child that was maybe undernourished or sick, or we had no idea what we were getting into, and she was very concerned that maybe we were getting into more than we could handle. However, once he got here, she became his biggest advocate.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Ames, and I have two adopted children. My son Joseph is adopted from the Republic of Georgia. We adopted him at 3 months of age. My daughter Addison was adopted from Armenia at about 1 year old. Emma asked me to talk about what it was like for the internationally adopted children to come home, and we had kind of two different experiences. For my son Joseph, since he was such a little baby, I think it was a little bit of an easier transition for him, except for a couple things. In Georgia, they hold their babies facing out. So unlike in America where the babies climb onto you, he had to face out, and that was very hard. And so that was the only way. You would hold him facing out all the time. And so I didn't like that because I felt the bonding was a little bit different. So that was interesting. For Addison, we noticed a little bit more, I think because she was a little bit older. Her noises are different. The sounds they make are different, just culturally. So where our babies say different noises, she said gee, which was sort of funny, and that's the only noise she made for a long time. The smells, every single thing about her world changed. So it was a little rough in the beginning. For a while we couldn't figure out why we couldn't get her to go to bed. It was because her orphanage room was very bright. They didn't have any shades or anything, and so we were trying to put her into a dark room, so that was very hard. I think to really do it successfully, you have to be kind of aware of where they're coming from, and always remember that that cultural aspect does have a large component, and when you can match that, it makes it a little bit smoother. So I love my kids more than anything, and it was two of the best decisions I've ever made, and we're a happy family now.
Hi, my name's Erika Sanders, and I'm an adoptive mom. Emma has asked me to explain to you how an open adoption affects a child. Our son Ethan, we adopted him at birth, and we have an open adoption with his birth mom. Her name is April, and she placed Ethan with us from adoption at birth. And open adoption for us has been amazing. It has greatly impacted our son. He is able to not only visit with April and see her and get to know her as a person, he's also been given the opportunity to see her family. So he gets to see his birth grandparents, and he also gets to see his older sibling. It has helped him to grow and learn what family's all about, as well as an open adoption is about love. So Ethan has not only his mom and dad who adopted him to love him, he also has his birth family as well as his grandparents on my side of the family and my husband's side of the family. So open adoption for us it's like a marriage. It takes a lot of open communication, honesty, respect, commitment, and a lot of connection and communication. So our son is thriving. He's only 1 year old, but we anticipate continuing the open adoption.
What was Chris's an orphanage environment?
The kids who lived in Carissa's orphanage, the kids that we saw, all of them had some kind of a physical disability, something wrong with them, maybe a birth defect or some sort of delay or a heart condition. So everybody who was there had something that was that made them harder to place for adoption. And there were a lot of ladies who worked there. I don't think there were any men caregivers. A lot of ladies who worked there, and as Carissa reports it, she really had a good relationship with those ladies. There were different ladies, different times of day, that kind of thing. But the group of kids that was there was really close-knit. They were really good friends with each other. And it's been really fun and exciting to see over the last year and a half, 2 years. A large portion of those kids have actually found adoptive families throughout the world, so it's pretty exciting.
Hi, my name is Josh Daby. I'm Emma Rose Daby's father, and she asked me to give my response to the question, why do I think people want to adopt? And a lot of people have different reasons as to why they would want to adopt, but I think the root of all the reasons is love. And people want to love a child who is in need of a family, and they want to be able to offer that to that child. And so there are other different reasons. Some people adopt because they were adopted themselves, or a member of their family adopted, and they were able to see that love in action, and so they want to be able to give that away as well. And so, but I think the true heart of everyone who wants to adopt is love, and should be love anyway. Let's put it that way.